was yelling at you. Look at this. Guys, welcome back to FigNight at the Tavern. It's Tuesday night, 8 p.m. You know what that means. The OG Fig Kid is back, joining me, the hottest hot tag partner in the business.
That's good old Mike Belcaster, and the boys are back in town. My God, it feels like it's been forever again.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I was on FigNight, but again, so many people sending me well wishes. Everything is going good. Just want to thank you all. All your messages mean so much. We have a great show for you tonight. Joining us in just a little bit, we're going to have Steve Ozer. We're going to be talking some Coliseum Collection Series 2. It's going to be a great show, a fun chat. So just stay here. Stay tuned in. Steve will be here in a little bit. But before we do that, let's go through the quick rundown that we must do every Tuesday night before the show starts. Head on over to theturnbuckletavern.com. Follow, like, and subscribe to us everywhere you possibly can. Please watch our shows, stream our shows, listen to our podcasts. We've got content for everyone coming at you every single day, multiple times a day. Wrestling Tonight on Monday. Get your week's worth of wrestling news in 1 week. I just tried to put it all into one syllable. But check it out. It's a great show. On Tuesdays, you got FigNight. On Wednesdays, what's on? I don't even know the schedule.
Wednesday, All Elite Wrap Up. Come on. We get visits at the Tavern, hosted by the great Acefield Retro, dropping on Wednesday mornings. Thursday, we got the Raw Down, the return of Honor Society. Guys, Ring of Honor's back and better than ever, and so are we with Honor Society. You got Colton and Acefield Retro rocking the house, and of course, Fridays, Shot of Nostalgia. It's great. We're getting a hot one this week. We got WrestleMania 14 and the two Raws building up towards it. We cannot wait to get into it, brother.
Yeah. Guys, when you're there, make sure you come to the Discord. Click on a link, join our Discord. Come talk wrestling with all of us. Come show us your figures. We'll talk about figures. We'll talk about wrestling news, AEW, WWE, New Japan, whatever it is that you love. We all love wrestling. Come talk to us. And then you can post pictures of your pets in there and anything else. But when you're done here tonight and you hear us talking about all these exciting new figures, head on over to ringsidecollectibles.com, wrestlingfigures.com. Purchase everything we talked about. Use code Tavern. Save yourself 10%, and then send pictures to us in a Discord.
Yeah, and tell us what you bought with all of your goodiness, man.
Wait, our background's missing. There we go.
There we go.
The background is back again. Steve Ozer will be here in just a little bit. Until then, Mike, I don't know. I don't even have the comments loaded. Is Stoney here? Nope,
Stoney's not here.
In the house. Nick Storm in the house. What's up, Nick Storm? Fig Freak. FigNight. Let's go, Fig Freak. We delayed it an hour just so you can watch from home. John the Bomb Smith is back in the house every week. We love that guy. And Nick Storm says it's the best Discord. Come chat with Nick Storm. He lives there. Don't tell him.
He does. No, he's down under in the Discord down under.
Oh, Wrestling Figure Talk with MCM. Welcome, dude. Thank you for joining us.
Like it. What's up?
You ready for some news?
I'm always ready for some news.
I don't know what I did here. Everything just disappeared on me.
You're working at it. It's okay.
Banners, that's why. I've been gone so long, I forgot how to do this.
It's all good. It's all gravy, baby.
Figure news.
And now to figure news.
There we go. And we got some fun news in there. A lot of new pre-orders out this week.
Yeah.
A lot of them dropped today, so we're going to talk about them. We're going to show you them. We're not.
How convenient that they just tend to drop things because they know FigNight's happening tonight.
How considerate of them to wait for the day of FigNight, right?
You gotta love it. You have to love it. Let me pull it up, and we can start whenever you're ready, sir.
I'm ready.
Oh, you're ready, guys. Let's get right into it. AEW did a nice little surprise drop yesterday. AEW Britt Baker and Jade Cargill 2-pack available for pre-order over at Amazon.com, and the debut of the beautiful TBS title. Very excited for this. Jade looks awesome.
That site, like with this, you're getting 2 titles in one package, $44 for both figures.
Yeah, this is insane. Great deal. Awesome accessories.
2 great
extra
figures.
Stuff. Yeah. How can you go wrong, man? If you missed out.
Jade is wearing here.
Yeah. And same thing with the Brit. The Brit's awesome. Got the little bigger of a title, which is nice. I'm excited for it, man. It looks really, really awesome.
there's a prediction spoiler. This is a spoiler. This is just the beginning of new AEW figures coming our way. Go make out all your pre-orders on Ringside. The Supreme Series 3 will be shipping soon. So you're not going to
super excited.
I ordered this, Mike. Did you order this?
I did order it. I ordered 2 of them.
I just ordered 1. I'm trying to cut back. We got more people in the house. Let's see. Fig Freak, Icon Nick, Sam D's in the house.
Woo, what up, Sam?
My residence is leased at the Tavern Discord.
It's okay.
This is cool.
It's where he belongs.
Yes. Let's see.
All the love.
Let's move on to the next bit of news. What else do we got in the news, Mike?
Ooh, wait, hold on. Nick Storm just dropping some fresh deets. There's gonna be a Jazware showcase this Saturday as well.
Oh,
super excited, guys! It's happening. It's happening. It's good stuff. But next up on the list, we got our last chance to pre-order Powertown Series 1 for the second time. Super awesome set. Again, you guys, you got pre-orders are set until 1 p.m. on March 1st. Do not miss out. It's going to be great.
Wow, it's going to be hosted by Danhausen and Evil Uno.
Oh, yes.
That's going to be great. It is going to be very great.
Evil.
You're right.
It's going to be super good. But yes, Powertown.
I ordered my Powertown, and after seeing the way they treated the mishap with the legs breaking, and they just decided to rerun the whole thing, I'm more behind this company than I ever was, because they want to do things right. They want to gain the support of the people, the fans. They want to show that they're going to take care of their fans.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Like, it's cost them a pretty penny probably to have to rerun everything.
I would assume so, but only for the best reasons possible. We all want Powertown to succeed, and it sounds like that they're working towards that road to success.
Send me Bruiser Brody, please.
Yes, we all need some more Bruiser Brodies. What do we got next here? Zombie Sailor announced and showed art by our favorite artist, Ron Rudette, for Tony Norris, a.k.a. formerly known as Ahmed Johnson. Damn.
Here's the artwork.
It looks good.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. I'm very excited for it. I can't wait to see the final product. I'm not sitting here thinking it's going to be crappy, because I know Zombie has been putting out such goddamn good work.
I mean, I love Series 1.
Yeah.
I'm getting a Danhausen eventually.
Yeah, it's very true. Can't wait. Your Danhausen is in a box housing sitting next to me house.
Oh, man. And I can't wait. That King Kong Andre the Giant from Series 2 just looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Speaking of Tony Norris, yeah, Tony Norris is making his way in the retro game. Tony Norris pre-orders over at Grapplers and Gimmicks up at hasseltoy.com. Looks much like Tony Norris. Not to be confused with Chuck Norris.
No, it doesn't look like Chuck Norris.
Yeah, but super amazing.
I hope he could do the big boot. I can't wait for my Brody figure.
I guarantee he could.
A Brody and Cactus Jack match. There you go.
The dream match.
I do. That isn't. Can you imagine? Oh,
so good.
Got Danhausen.
It's a very nice, very evil Danhausen. It's very fancy. But don't worry,
you're not wrong, Don. You're really not. The Zombie Sailor figures look almost too good. Makes my Hasbro's look like dollar store toys.
And just wait until Series 2 hits and it gets into our hands. It's going to be amazing. That Raven. He's gloating about that Raven. It's giving me FOMO, and I already bought one, so I bought 2.
So yeah, I'll give you a little spoiler. When I reordered Series 2, I did not order the Raven.
No,
I had to cut back somewhere.
Damn. Well, you'll regret it.
I am. I'm already regretting it.
One for you. We'll see.
I'm already regretting it. Trust me.
But not to be confused with FOMO, but Foco has WWE Brutus the Barber Beefcake bobblehead. Say that 15 times fast. Limited to 144 pieces. Costs $55 and ships this August. Not with the barbershop backdrop, does it?
I think
it's just the ring.
No, I don't know. I thought it did.
It would be insane.
Because I want to just buy the Foco to use the backdrop to throw my Marty Jannetty through.
Ooh.
Not that I have a Marty Jannetty.
Marty's had enough problems, man, and you're probably not going to get another Marty Jannetty.
That's probably true, unfortunately, unless Powertown gets them signed up.
There you go. But yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, $55, not really bad, especially if it comes at the barbershop.
I agree with you, man. I love all the figures, all the different varieties we have coming from so many different places. So
Yeah,
it's great. And then we got Mattel Creations releasing stuff we'd never see in stores.
never. It's
What a time
insane.
to be a wrestling figure collector and fan and wrestling fan in general.
Good time to be alive.
Okay.
I'm pumped for it. What else we got here? Ultimate Editions. I'm a big fan of Ultimate Editions. Tom, I know you're a big fan of Ultimate Editions. Series 17 is up for pre-order right now over at ringsidecollectibles.com, featuring Andre the Giant and Seth Rollins. Guys, do not forget to use code Tavern when you're buying your Ultimates.
These went on sale today, and unlike Series 16, I had to put this order in.
Yes.
I get so sad when I see people getting these and I don't have them.
This is going to be a really good one.
Yeah, Andre Ultimate and Seth Ultimate.
You keep making Andre bigger, and I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah. I cannot wait for this set. I love Ultimate Editions.
Yeah, no, these are going to be...
talking a lot about Ultimate.
These are going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to getting an Andre. Looking forward to a Seth.
Yeah.
Super awesome, man. Cannot wait.
I don't even know if we know the outfit Seth is going to be wearing yet. So.
Is he wearing those little rainbow trunks?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of times the ringside shows the picture of what the person's actually going to be wearing, so I'd like to think so.
They're pretty good at it.
Have you seen the pictures of the Razor Ramon from Ultimate?
Oh my goodness. Probably one of the, not one of the best razors, but one of the best figures made. Easily figure of the year contender. Early.
I agree. I love that.
Beautiful.
I don't even have it yet.
Yeah, everybody's killing it on the fig photography with that razor, man. And it looks so good.
It's great.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to get it.
It's like having a little razor in your pocket. Much safer though.
How great the AJ Styles is. It's the best AJ Styles figure.
Unbelievable, yeah. Love everything about it, man.
So that photography of the AJ Styles doing the forearm and it has the hair. Like that figure looked great. Oh,
as it should.
It's so exciting. I love that they do little things like that now. It just multiple heads gives you so many more options.
100%. There was a picture of the Roman with the screaming head scan floating around where they had the bar in his mouth. And it looked like he was getting choked out, and it looked beautiful, man. Very creative.
From Elite 101, it has the Stone Cold head with the headpiece on.
Oh yeah.
You like Kevin Owens' head? Like it's not. You don't have to buy a whole figure to get that now.
No, you're gonna be jacked, man. It's awesome. I love the endless possibilities. Speaking of Mattel and awesome pre-orders, Elite 102 is up for pre-order, featuring Gunther, Edge, Sami Zayn, Commissioner Mick Foley, Austin Theory, and Rhea Ripley. Damn, what a set!
This is another great set. This Sami Zayn is the one that comes with the big mouse trap.
Yeah, this is great. I'm here for it, man. I have to buy it to get go along with the Johnny Knoxville that I've yet to purchase.
Oh, you got
waiting.
Johnny Knoxville.
I know. Trust me.
Right to my right over here.
I gotta get a few of them. Trust me. Looking forward to it though. But this is an awesome set. Make sure if you're pre-ordering, use code Tavern, guys. Save that 10%. What else we got here? We got top picks.
Where are you getting these tomorrow? Big Freak, send me a text in a little bit.
He's picking them up.
I might be hitting you up. Pick me some.
He's got a guy that it's the West Coast version of Super Gabby. He just sells shit out of his trunk.
The Ultimate AJ is the best AJ period. I need that AJ Styles figure.
Yeah, I love the cloth.
Hopefully,
hood on that one too.
Oh, it has a cloth hood.
Yeah, so you could do his little,
Wow.
I have a hood. I don't know why I didn't do it, because it won't fit around the ears. But speaking of pre-orders, man, top picks 2023 up for pre-order: The Rock, Jimmy Uso, and Roman Reigns. Are you feeling Uso going to the Mania?
This is a whole bloodline set.
I mean, it's a very rich bloodline set.
I'm excited because right before popping on here, I was just watching Raw from last night, and we're gonna get the Cody and Roman first face-off this Friday night on SmackDown.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
Yeah. So
can't wait.
Make sure you order these. I don't even know if the versions. I think this Jimmy Uso is going to be matching a Jey Uso in the SummerSlam set. So
cool.
So it's kind of cool that they're giving us the options to get the full team from that SummerSlam. So
yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah, Roman
looks awesome.
That Roman Ultimate Edition, though.
You can't beat it. Yeah,
you can't beat
it's
anything Ultimate.
Very hard to beat it. It's a good one, man. What's next here? We got new images of SummerSlam 2023 Elite Build-A-Figure featuring Mr. Perfect. Ooh, I cannot wait for this one. We got Zeus,
so excited.
Dolph Ziggler, Jey Uso, and Hulk Hogan, brother. It's gonna be a good one, man.
We also have some. here's the whole set, but I got some pictures of just the Mr. Perfect to show off because
That's
this
all we
Mr.
really need.
Perfect scan is so
Perfect.
freaking awesome. Oh gosh, I'm gonna take it on here, Fig Freak.
I'm looking forward to it.
Doing for me.
Cannot wait. This Mr. Perfect in a suit.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Mr. Perfect. This is the what's the name is this Hogan figure? I'm drawing a blank.
The Build-A-Figure Hogan figure. Create a superstar Hulk Hogan. No, I forgot what this is from, but it's awesome. It's cool.
Yeah, Desert Storm Hulk Hogan. Yeah.
Desert Storm Hulk Hogan.
Let's look at that Mr. Perfect. Like, look at this sculpt right here. Where is it? Here's the first one.
Yeah, look at that.
Like, he looks the serious look he always had when he was the manager coming out with Ric Flair and stuff.
Yeah, this is good.
Man,
good stuff.
I love this Mr. Perfect figure. I love it. The back has the Mr. Perfect logo on it. Like, great detail. These Build-A-Figures are so much fun.
Yeah, no, they're super fun.
Normally wouldn't get, and then we also get figures we normally wouldn't get because we're buying figures just to complete the Build-A-Figure.
Very good point. Yeah, you gotta love it, man.
It's like I gifted Mike a set. I guess I sent it to you a few weeks ago with the Rick Rude figure.
I've been waiting to open it with you on here. Trust me.
Yeah, we got to do that on here one of these days. I haven't even opened mine yet. So
we got a couple things.
That's a great Build-A-Figure, that Rick Rude one too, with both heads. So you could have PX Rick Rude, or you could have NWO Rick Rude. Again, multiple heads coming in handy. Who doesn't love heads?
Al Snow loves head. I know that. Yes. But also, I mean, that Rick Rude fits so perfectly with your new Mattel Creations Raw is War ring, and it's got that vibe. Perfect. It's a perfect sculpt.
Yes, it is.
I like it. What else we got here?
Here's a closer look at the Hogan.
Ooh, brother.
Hold on.
I like the head scan on this one.
I do too.
He looks jacked. Looks like he's partying with Marty
He's
Jannetty before.
Tan, so he's tan. Not quite the hot dog tan, but still, he looks good.
It's a nice tan.
The accessories. So
yeah, it's like Thunder in Paradise tan.
The Thunder in Paradise. That perfect head sculpt is the best one out there. It is. I'm excited for that.
I'm excited.
Whichever figure comes with the head, I might need to get multiple just so I can replace them on all my other Mr. Perfect figures.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Get a nice ponytail, Mr. Perfect.
There you go.
I like it, man. A late return Mr. Perfect 2000. Want
to see Dolph?
Ooh, we could look at Dolph. Not many people want to see Dolph.
There's Dolph.
But this Dolph figure looks much better than Dolph Ziggler does in person.
Scan again. I'm telling you, they're knocking the scans out of the park lately. Like,
yeah,
looks like mini me versions. And I know people don't like the what is it called? The True FX painting. I love it. When it's right, it's so good.
No, for sure.
That's what makes it hard about ordering stuff online, though, because when you're in the store and you see it, you can pick out which one looks the best. You're kind of taking a chance when you order online. But if you get one bad, a terrible one, and you complain, they're going to exchange it for you.
Yeah. Or you could take it to the store and exchange it yourself. If you're a big boy. Yeah.
Storm loves the Dolph figure, so who doesn't?
I love Dolph.
That's great. Mr. Perfect and Dolph Ziggler have been in a program together.
Oh my God. There's so many people. I was just rewatching WrestleMania 14, man. Just seeing Owen wrestle. It's just thought about all the possibilities of what he could have done in current day stuff. It would have been fantastic.
Before his time. He was definitely before the time that he should have been.
Yeah. So much like before our time was.
Yes.
But yeah, we're winding down last but not least, which is a reason why we're kind of all gathered here. But tomorrow, this Wednesday, March 1st, MattelCreations.com, 12 p.m. Eastern. Mattel's Ultimate Edition, Mattel Creations exclusive Coliseum Collection 2-pack, Wave 2, featuring Jake the Snake Roberts and simply ravishing Rick Rude.
I am so excited for this. You know this.
I am too.
Coliseum Collection playing tribute to the best wrestling figure line of all time, the original LJNs. Love it. Just keep this alive, man. Just keep this set alive. It comes with the Ultimate Edition Damien the Jake the Snake one.
I was just about to say, I think I'm more excited about getting an Ultimate Snake.
It's got the real nails on it and everything.
Oh, that's cool. Super pumped for that, man. But these look great. These look absolutely fantastic.
Yes, I'm right with you, Don. LJN, I'm still trying to complete my black card. So.
Yes.
I can't
You need the black cards. But in the meantime, you get to collect these beautiful blue carded Coliseum Collection 2-packs, man. These are awesome.
Yeah. Did you? I had one other screen here to share, but I don't know if you skipped
Just
it.
throw it up. We'll talk about it. I'm not worried about it.
I might have never just put it in the notes.
It's okay. Thought I was going in order.
Here we go.
Too much excitement with having you back. So
Showdown 13 2-packs.
Oh yes.
Up for pre-order today. As well over at ringsidecollectibles.com. Use code Tavern. You get Xavier and Kofi, Gunther and Ricochet, and Undertaker and Batista. Brand new pre-orders up on Ringside Collectibles today.
It's interesting. Very exciting. Yeah. I'm excited to see what Batista.
Nick Storm, did you know that Jake the Snake LJN had that had the bendy snake in it as well? So
is it considered a bendy, or is it considered an
LJN? Well, it had that wire in it and it was bendable, unlike so it was before its time.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I know, that's the biggest thing about the Rude LJN was the pose. It was the weirdest pose out of all the LJNs. So
it's okay. You just got to make it work. The imagination sometimes is better than the articulation.
Yeah, when you're a kid and you're playing with that stuff,
you don't give a shit.
No. Not at all.
No.
Well, we have a couple minutes before Steve's going to be here. He should be here in about 5 minutes. But I have a box.
What do you guys want to talk about?
In the chat, you tell me this. Is there anybody else out there that orders stuff and then just leaves it in the box for months, and by the time you go and open it, it's like you bought yourself a Christmas present because you don't know what's in the box? Do you do that, Mike?
Sometimes. Well, not by will. Sometimes it just gets taken from me.
I have a box here for something I ordered. I don't even know what's in it. So we're gonna play here. Hold on. We'll play our brand new little bumper. Let's give the people our new bumper tease, even though it's not this week's pickup. It'll. So let's see what's in the box.
What's in the box?
Any guesses? What's in the box?
What's in the box? I don't know. It said it had something French on the side of it. Fragile? It's fragile.
All right.
Ooh, gotta love that opening box ASMR going on right there.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I know what it is.
That was a good ooh.
This is a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Any guesses?
No.
No.
For me?
Clues. Mike?
Is it Blue's Clues?
It has a great fragrance.
Ooh. Smell like cigarettes.
That's a clue.
Oh, you got an LJN. Had to.
Oh, no. I wish I had.
It's the only ones you smell.
Only new LJN smell.
I can't smell it from here.
It's got a great fragrance about it, Mike. You don't get that clue. Does anybody get that clue?
Ooh, is it Rick Martel? I'm guessing it's Rick Martel. Is it the Legends Rick Martel? Ooh. Snazzy. Oh, I need to hear the story behind this, because it is not a very easy to find figure by any means, but it's not necessarily the hardest one. My goodness.
I had seen somebody selling this in a major pod group.
Ooh.
And I couldn't let it go. It was a good deal. It was on my wish list. Mint on card.
Man. I miss that Legends packaging so much.
You like this one better than the current one? Is it like...
I dig it. I don't know.
Box is okay. It's a little banged up. Not too bad at all.
It's not model-esque, but it's still...
And chances are I might open it anyway. I don't know.
I think you should.
I think this needs to go on my shelf.
Of course.
So how great
this is a very, very awesome figure, man.
Set with Macho Man. What series? Series 5.
Ooh, yeah.
Purple shirt Macho. The Bam Bam Bigelow. Akeem. I need Akeem.
You need Akeem? I might have Akeem.
Really?
Yeah.
Akeem?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a dabble through.
And Rick Martel. What a great set this was.
Yes. Fantastic set.
It was announced that One Man Gang is going to be headlining Heels and Faces Series 3.
Yeah. Pumped for that one, man.
Yes. So, wow, what a great box that was to open. It's like Christmas all over again.
Yeah. Rick Martel's always a good pickup. I remember when I first got that one, I was super excited.
Mike, are you feeling crazy?
I'm feeling crazy.
I think
Super crazy.
I think I'm gonna play the role of Mike Belcaster today.
Oh boy. What's that mean?
You have no clue?
You getting wild?
Should I?
Go for it. Why not? YOLO, man. You need some unboxing therapy.
All right.
Do it. Just happen. Just make it happen. Oh, that was too clean. Is this pre-planned?
No. There it is right there. Rick Martel.
Oh,
This is a beautiful figure too.
it is. It's one of my favorites. And I'm not even that big of a Rick Martel guy, but this is a good Rick Martel figure.
Oh no, I don't have scissors here. Son of a gun.
Call the Acclaimed.
Scissor me, Rick Martel.
Here, put it over here. I got you.
You actually did that pretty smooth.
It wasn't bad.
All right. I got one hand out. Come on, Rick. Hold on. Give me the.
Do you need a hand?
What's the name of the fragrance?
I don't know.
What the heck is the name of it? I know it.
Model by Martel.
No.
Sounds like some shit.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ooh. Remember how hard it was to open these before the hands were removable?
Yeah. I don't miss these little sticky things, whatever they were called. Come on, Rick.
Come on, Rick. Get it together, Rick.
Look at this figure. I love it.
That's great. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Maybe I'll repaint him and make him strike for us with Tito. No, I'm just kidding. How do the knee pads rate for you?
Those are my favorite kind of knee pads, right? Flip it. Let me see the back of those knee pads. Yes, those are the knee pads everybody needs.
Yeah, these are nice knee pads, actually.
Those are nice knee pads.
No, I usually laugh at you when you make fun of like, here it is. It's called Arrogance. That was the name of it.
There we go. So, but those knee pads are my ideal knee pads.
Yeah, these are great knee pads, actually.
They're very nice.
I feel like they don't use these much anymore, do they?
Occasionally.
Occasionally?
Yeah.
Oh, Don has a Keem. Oh.
There you go.
Are they opened or are they in box?
That's
Man, I'm so disappointed I didn't jump on the Mattel bandwagon right away.
Oh, it took me a while too. I think this is the series I started like creeping in on it. Because remember I picked up Macho Man.
Yeah.
I picked up Bam Bam.
I had I got the original Macho Man. I did get that.
Yeah. How could you not? You had to, right?
Purple.
Now this
delicious.
This seems like it was right around the time I was starting to get into them because I remember I picked up Hacksaw and a few of them on clearance, and I was like, "Oh, let's go."
Although what's kind of funny is I just recently found well, not recently, but when I was doing my shelves, I somehow had the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov pack. I had the Piper and Orton pack, and I didn't even remember getting them back then.
I missed the 2-packs. The 2-packs are the best. Toys R Us. Oh,
yes, they were the Toys R Us. And what was the other one? The Rockers?
No, the Rockers was exclusive, I believe.
Right?
Was it an online exclusive?
Was it
Bushwhackers?
Something like that? Oh,
Bushwhackers. It was the Bushwhackers, yeah.
My wife must have gotten them from me before I jumped on Mattel's bandwagon. And then maybe around series 35, Elite 35 is when I started collecting again.
Yeah.
That's how long I waited.
That late into the game?
I missed the whole first defining moments line.
That's insane.
Yes.
Elite 35 is deep, though. I mean, you missed out on a lot of good figures. You missed out on like the Elite 16 Kevin Nash, Punk. There's so many good ones.
I did not have any CM Punks in my collection. By the time I started, he was gone.
Elite 12 CM Punk is like one of my favorites that I've ever bought. And I remember the hype behind it because it was the Chicago trunks.
You're so late. Excited. You missed the news, Stoney. You missed
It's okay. News. That's the fun part is he can go back and rewatch these.
You want to see what I think open, Stoney? You just missed it. You have to
show him.
Unboxing, and you have to this figure. It is former AWA champion Rick Martel.
He's a role model.
And even the jacket's really nice, man.
The pin is awesome on that coat. I love everything about it.
Emma model.
Yeah, that's one of the most unique things I think that we got out of the early Legends stuff.
Yeah.
Really cool, man. I was a big fan. Big fan of I miss the Legends line. The old school.
Now, when I put him on my shelf, because I'm gonna do that as soon as I'm done here, what shelf does he go on? The new gen?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, you gotta go a little bit before the new gen.
But he was an Attitude.
No, before.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So it was like the 80s?
I would go him
Golden era
between new gen golden era. Sounds about right. I wouldn't consider him complete new gen, would you?
What?
I wouldn't consider him new gen, would you?
No. That's what I mean. I guess he's kind of the end of the golden era.
I like that. That works.
Yeah.
This is what we're here for down at FigNight, is helping you guys decide where you're going. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we might as well get to the main event.
We have to, right?
Yeah, we do. Here
Ain't no better time than now.
I got something for you this time. I got a guy I want to talk to.
What's up, Steve? Welcome back to FigNight. Thank you for joining us. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good, fellas. How about you guys?
We're well. We're doing good.
Yeah, I can't complain.
Before you came on, I just unboxed something. I don't know if you saw it. I unboxed it and opened it up. You're gonna think I'm crazy, probably.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, the model. My model I put into storage, and I foolishly left the jacket on, and it stained the figure. So I recently had to track down a model with no stain on the arms,
Which is impressive to find.
And you got me scared to look. I wish I spoke to you before I opened
the jacket on. Just keep the jacket on.
Just keep the jacket on. You can
You
peek.
always wear the jacket. Don't even peek. Good point. Oh man, we're excited because this is the eve. It's like Christmas morning tomorrow because we get to order the second set of the Coliseum Collection. I've seen all the pictures on the website, man. I'm so excited about ordering these.
Yeah, it kind of snuck up on us a little bit there. I know we did some Elite Squad videos and whatnot, like hyping it up, but I mean, once you pass a couple of weeks, that becomes ancient history. So it's nice to see the emails going out from Mattel Creations, and a lot of the various influencers, sharing that the sale is happening tomorrow, because we all want this to be a success. And hopefully we're just getting started with Coliseum Collection with these two sets here.
Dude, I mean, what a great first two sets it is, too.
Yeah.
Like
super excited.
The ultimate, like so many people are excited about the ultimate Damien.
Yeah.
Oh, so fun. Here's an early version. It's an all white, so the wrong color.
Oh, wow,
I don't even know how I got this. Maybe from Hogan's Pizza Shop. It was in the bag with the samples or something, and the bag is still in my house here. But like, just to have a Damien that you can like wrap around your opponents finally is just like so cool. And on top of it, it's fully decoed, so all the details of the snake are going to be all around it. So I probably should have the actual one instead of this to show you, but you get the idea.
It's
now,
impressive.
you were a kid and had the LJNs like I did.
Mm-hmm.
How does the Damien, like that Damien, you had the Damien as a kid with the LJ?
Oh yeah.
That had the wire in it too. I feel like that's the best Damien up until this point, until we get this Damien.
It was great. I think my only gripe as a kid was thinking it was too short, right? Because those LJN figures were huge, and it was just a little tough to manipulate. So I mean, I personally think my involvement aside, that this is the better Damien. Like we finally, it's taken decades, but we finally done a better Damien than the LJN Damien.
Yeah, no, I think it's really cool. I'm really excited to get them in my hands, but the snake is Damien's the pride and glory for me.
I mean, I'm excited for Damien. One day, are we ever going to get a Lucifer?
I mean, who was in that pack? Bill did a pack years ago. Maybe it was Hall of Fame, and it was multiple snakes in there.
Oh, that's right. That was Hall of Fame.
So I mean, maybe Lucifer's been done, but maybe there's still an opportunity. We're doing new versions of Jake all the time. He sells well, so maybe that's a way to plus him up, give him a bigger snake, and it's Lucifer.
How hard is it to do a head scan of a snake? No, I'm kidding. But man, you guys at Mattel Creations have been busy.
Yeah.
I love what we're getting in our hands that we might not be getting. Like I have this right next to me. Martel's gonna fall. Got this right here.
Mm-hmm.
The last retro pack. I got the Raw is Warring. Like Mike has all this stuff. Like loving Mattel Creations and what you're doing.
I mean, it's exciting to have a site like that allows you to do things that get put on the back burner indefinitely. Like retros could potentially just be something that like gets pushed aside and never looked at again, right?
Yeah.
But now we have a home for it, and we can gauge what collectors want and put it up there. And people buy, they vote with their wallets, right? So if something like that, Retro's Coliseum Collection, whatever it is that we put out there, doesn't do too well, it's like, okay, that didn't work, now we try something different, no big deal, right? So it's really nice. And controlling the production numbers ourselves, and making those calls, or doing things made to order, it makes things much more safe to experiment.
Yeah, no,
so fun.
Ease of access for the consumer too. I mean, I have never had a hard time ordering anything off there yet, and I'm very happy with it.
Even the Comic-Con items?
Yes, even the Comic-Con items. I think what's the only one that I missed out on was
No Hold Barred.
No Hold Barred. It is what it is. I'll live. It's okay.
Off with that.
Yeah, but still awesome. It's so easy to get to. It's just fantastic to be able to get stuff like this out to the customers, man.
So
yeah, and it's great to hear the feedback and positive reception and suggestions, right? Because here it's like I can just go directly to that Mattel Creations team and give the feedback that I'm hearing on the forums or on social media. And maybe it doesn't get implemented, but then sometimes it does. But it's much easier than dealing with massive retail partners, and it's like toys are just a small percentage of what they do overall. So it's much easier to make change happen on a site like this.
Absolutely.
It's a weird, not really a weird question, but you just got me thinking when you said that. Is the future of collecting going to turn to more things like Mattel Creations and other sites selling directly to customers instead of going through stores?
I mean, it could happen, but there's such an appetite right now at retail for, collector products specifically. That's what we're going to be talking about, right? Like all toys, but collector products specifically. And especially with wrestling figure collectors, I still think the majority like to go to a store, see things on shelf, discover things for the first time. There's lots of people who just aren't fully plugged in, and they're just a little more casual, and they want to go to Target or Walmart or wherever and just be like, oh my God, they made Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels from just after the heel turn, right? Even though we know that there were versions of that out before, but there's so many people who it's just like a completely new discovery. And I'm in several Facebook groups and stuff, and every day I'm surprised when I see somebody like, when did this come out, right? And it's like, it's been talked about for months or years, but it is what it is, and that's the beauty of it. New collectors always coming in, and you're always going to have that, people in discovery mode, and something tugs at your heartstrings in the store, and you dive in. So I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. It doesn't seem like that's the trajectory whatsoever. But expanding, right? Companies like us expanding and doing more via DTC, I do think that will happen more and more. You see Hasbro doing it, us doing it, Super 7, it's their whole business model. So I think you'll continue to see an increased presence online, but it'll complement what you see at retail.
So
Cool.
You guys, you see so many independent companies now selling wrestling figures. We have Zombie, we have Chella. I don't even think that's their name anymore. You guys keep your eyes on that to see what's popular and what people want. Like did Zombie influence the bringing retros back? Because I hear people say that online, and I'm like, there you go.
Yeah, I collect. Oh, yeah, Zombies too. Danhausen, great.
Oh wow.
That's what I do because there's no room, so I just put it in my bags and bag them up. Zombie did not influence retros coming back, because you've seen how long it takes when the independents announce something for a figure to come out, right?
Yeah.
Now put yourselves in our shoes as Mattel, and think of all the things that the company has in the pipeline and has to go through the process of development and manufacturing, so things can take even longer, right? So that whole ever since retros went on hiatus, I said it's on pause. I'm working on bringing it back. And I was never not working on bringing it back. It just took that long. And I needed the platform, right? I needed Mattel Creations. I knew it was coming. The discussions were ongoing for, even probably years before retros ended that initial run, right? But I knew we were developing a DTC platform. And when that was ready, that's when we could relaunch retro. So it's kind of like playing the waiting game and me doing the work on the side to make sure my ducks in a row that retros would be financially viable to justify it.
And you can't come out and say, hey, listen, we're working on a site where we could sell these directly to you. You kind of have, even though you know it, it's not something you really want to go and announce to the public until it's.
And I think the real reason, whether it's that or anything, when people ask me questions and, I know what's going on, but you don't want to say something and it doesn't pan out. Right. Because they really stick to what you say and as a promise. So that's one of the reasons why, a lot of people in the industry are a little more tight-lipped. You don't want to give that info out until you're pretty darn sure that it's going to be a reality.
Yeah, no, you don't want to chase off the people that are diehard listening to, hanging on every word that comes from you. And listen, it's a hard thing to do.
Don the Bomb Smith is like me. He missed out on the Logan Paul figure. By the time he went to order it, it was down. I'll be hitting.
You saw with some other items, Ringside or WWE Shop sometimes buys into those. Maybe that's the case here. Don't know for sure, but there's always that possibility for another shot with one of our partner retailers like that. Because for the crowd fund, right? Like the crowd fund was open to everybody. So Ringside just came in and straight up bought them, right? As consumers and sold them and pieced them out, right? And that just allowed people to get certain figures that they wanted. So, maybe that's the case with Logan Paul or some of the other DTC items.
Yeah, I'll be able to get him somewhere. I'm sure he'll pop up. I have to pay the secondary market price for one. Well, you always wait when they first hit secondary market because that's when it spiked. Then it's calm, and then it goes back up in value again. I know how the market works. Everybody wants more Rick Martel figures. You cannot have them. I paid a lot of money for this one.
I'll do what I had to do. I had to buy another myself. So, that should clue you in that there's no Rick Martel coming anytime soon. But I would love to, right? I would love to. I would love to do that same model again, different model looks, Strike Force Rick Martel, AWA Rick Martel. Maybe
so many Rick Martels.
Belts, right? If we can get the rights to various belts. But yeah, things change over time. I think in my heart, he's got to be Hall of Fame bound someday, right?
Oh, 100%.
And maybe things will change then.
When I was a kid, and you're probably a little younger than me, to me, seeing all the wrestling magazine, it was always Hogan, Flair, and Martel because it was AWA, NWA, and WWF. Rick Martel was everywhere when he was in the AWA. Like he was a big name. He was the world champion with that big AWA belt. I would love that representation of Rick Martel one day. So,
yeah, he'd make some great chases too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Blindfolded Rick Martel from after Jake the Snake. So,
no, that Jack set was great.
It was. It was absolutely great. Yeah.
Man, earlier.
I love when Tom discovers something new.
Yes, like not only do I hawk my product, but I make this stuff on eBay.
That's what we love to do, right? I saw this post on the I can't use my phone right now because I'm using it as a camera. There was this awesome post on the Major Wrestling Figure podcast group today about the elites, about this Ultimate Editions, not about the elites. So I took a screen cap of it to read here, and this is what it says. And I'm going to ask you guys your opinion on the questions here. He said, to date, Mattel has released 52 Ultimates. I can't even say the word. Representing 35 talents. I'll just replace it, including the Coliseum 2-pack. But this doesn't include the Seth and Andre. So he's asking questions. So far, what is your biggest surprise omission?
Ooh.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I need
I saw the thread. And I saw the names. And
a lot of people in agreement on this thread, it seemed like, too.
Easy market research. Yeah.
I don't think that there's, other than people that aren't signed, right? Yeah. I don't think there's many unreasonable asks there that you shouldn't expect to see at some point, maybe soon, right? Like there was nobody there like, what the heck is this person thinking? Well, I think there was one and someone actually questioned like, what? Like question mark. But like, for the most part, it's like, yes, they all make sense, right? And there might be reasons why it didn't happen, or maybe Bill wanted to wait for something, or there's always a reason. All the names are talked about, but you can only do 2 at a time. So,
and I think that's what part of the allure of the collect and the ultimate editions are. Like, I don't think they're as special if we're getting 6 releases like the elites are.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does make it more manageable.
Less is more.
It makes it more manageable. There's been growth, obviously, in ultimates in general. They're still growing. There's maybe going to be more than ever in 23 and then 24. But that can't happen forever, right? Like for a line like that. So I think we're hitting a point where maybe, you know, we put the brakes on the amount of ultimate releases a year. But with how many we're doing, you're bound to see all those talent that are being brought up in those conversations.
Do you have a favorite ultimate edition that you've been released so far?
I don't know. I mean, the Coliseum Collection figures have been really special. You know, the Jake and the Hogan. I mean, the Razor recently is so good.
Amazing. The head scans on that are just out of the world.
You know, I was really. I mean, this is my favorite one, the smiling one. There's a promo photo that he's doing this, and I think it's just, you know, it's just so good. I mean, there's a lot. Doink is great. I'm a hard person to say, you know, what's your favorite, because I'll tell you a different answer, you know, every time you ask me. But, you know, in the moments in time, most of them had a special meaning or reason for being. So they're all like very. I mean, that's my Ultimate Edition. They're my babies. That and Legends to me. And, you know, I've worked on a lot of things that I love, Masters of the WWE Universe. But I feel like in my heart of hearts, if you know, I get married someday and like I have to get rid of everything, only keep like something, and that's like the demands. First of all, I would say no. That's not if I had to, I would keep my Ultimates and my Legends. So yes, they're all meaningful. And you know, like Macho Man. The first Macho Man, like that gear was the Jake the Snake angle. So yes, I know, you know, some people didn't necessarily like that, but it was meaningful to some of us on the team, right? That whole storyline and that angle. So, you know, there's meaning behind all those figures and all those choices.
I remember being a kid, and when the snake bit Macho, I couldn't believe it happened. We would see it. And it wasn't until years later they actually showed us the unedited video, because for years all we saw was the big red X across it. So it's like for a while, like you would think, did it really bite him? We didn't actually see it, and then when we finally see the video all those years later, it's like, holy crap, the snake really bit him and he was bleeding. It was, what a crazy thing. I think one of my favorite figures of all time. And it's like, I'm with you. If you ask me my favorite Ultimate, as I think of them, I'm just going to start naming different ones. Shawn Michaels Amazon one is one of the best figures ever made. Yeah. Like that figure is phenomenal. I love that figure.
That's just well done, right? Yeah. Like, I'll be honest with you, I can't remember what that match is from, right? And it was fan vote and everything. I can't remember right now, but Bill just knocked it out of the park. The inspiration was great, and then his execution was great on top of it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely up there. One of my favorites. Big fan of the Undertaker one too. The Undertaker one, I think, is an underrated figure. The gown cape combo, it's just beautiful.
I will say my new favorite will be announced WrestleMania weekend.
Oh, we can't wait.
Coliseum Collection 3.
I like a lot Coliseum Collection 3. But that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay. I'm excited now. So there'll be some reveals coming up at Access.
Whatever that turns out to be, you know, WWE will announce that shortly, but there will be reveals during WrestleMania week.
Can't wait. Favorite time of year is really the WrestleMania reveal.
Oh, yeah. When I'm in the middle of it, I love it. But now, like, we're in the home stretch and
preparing for
it. I'm sweating it.
I can't.
Totally understandable.
I can't wait. It's like Christmas morning, because you know we always get a few new names that haven't been made before. Or was it a 103 Elite 103 was announced, and we're getting a Steiner's finally. Like,
yeah.
So it's so.
Are you guys coming to Mania?
I'm not this year, but when it's early next year, I will be.
I wish I was.
I mean, it's in our backyard. We'll be doing lots of stuff. So, you know, if you change your mind, you know, you're welcome to whatever we have up our sleeves.
Ooh, that's enticing. So maybe me and Tom need to make a trip to Mania.
Yeah, I really wanted to go to the FTR with Dax live podcast.
Well, that'd be enticing. I like the Mattel ordeals better than the podcast. All right.
No, I mean, more reasons to go means more of a chance of going, right? Like
that's true. Very true.
For the live podcast, but if I'm going for other things, and if I go to California, my aunt lives there, so I don't have to pay for a hotel or anything.
There you go.
So it becomes very affordable.
Then you'll be able to buy more figures.
That's true.
Yeah. It's always working around, damn it.
And so it's so funny. So like WrestleMania is like the high point of the year for wrestling. It feels like it's become that for Mattel and the WWE releases, the announcements for the. Does it feel like that to you? Do you try to make it that special that week?
Oh yeah. When I got on board, we had come off a few years of spotty access presence. And as a fan and collector, I was always like, what the heck? Like, how come they don't do it up here? One year they did, New York, New Jersey, when it was at the Meadowlands venue, which was a weird setup, right? Because it was in an arena. But the booth was huge, but they were promoting, and I forget the name of the line, but it was like the big plushes, like it was their version of Wrestling Buddies. And I was like, man, like I was just so disappointed as a collector to see Mattel, like, you know, get excited for a second and then get there, and it's like these weird big and I think maybe the power twisters or whatever they were. Remember, you would like, make them shake hands and they would flip around and go on display there too. And you know, I wanted to remedy that. So, you know, thankfully my director at the time and my manager at the time were also aligned that we should be doing something for WrestleMania. And ever since then, it's been one of our 2 priority events for the year, this and San Diego Comic-Con. And I hope that everyone's been enjoying the last, 5 years or so that we've been doing it. You know, we'll throw the pandemic in there too, right? But I think it's been a lot different for the last 5 years or so.
No, absolutely.
Like the way you guys treated it during the pandemic and doing those videos just still made it feel special. Like we still had something to look forward to. Like, and it's great. Like in this year, I was seriously thinking of coming to Comic-Con so I don't miss out on the exclusives. Because I'm afraid of like just missing out, and the exclusives always can't miss. Like, sure, if you missed the Zeus last year, now he's coming out in a SummerSlam pack. But the packaging, sometimes the packaging it's just so special for these things.
It is,
and the figure's not the same, right? The choices are different. The deco is different. Heads, hands, headband, the belt, I think it doesn't come with a belt on the Elite. So you do get the much better Zeus if you score the Comic-Con one.
Yeah. I love that set, that no holds barred. Yes, I am, Chris.
Tom is always FOMO.
Signed by the Hulkster.
That's awesome. No, I love the pageantry you guys bring to the Access events. Every time you guys have the setups, that's what I'm looking most forward to, besides the reveals, is seeing what you guys, slap together for everybody to see. Hopefully, it's always just the best, man. Gets you really hyped up.
I mean, it's awesome because, of course, it's your chance to win over potentially like new collectors or consumers or kids to buy into the cool stuff that you're doing. But like more importantly, for me, and I know for Bill, like we look forward to meeting you guys, talking to you guys, talking about figures, whether it's WWE or otherwise. Like that's a community moment for us. And that's invaluable. So, that's why I'm really stoked. Believe me, I don't want to do all this extra work for the sake of doing it, right? My payoff is being there, seeing the live reactions of people. Like nothing beats that. Like, seeing someone come up to the booth for the first time and seeing something like that's different than internet reactions, right?
Yeah.
Like classic internet trolls who I know from social media and the forums are completely different people in real life. And you see their genuine reactions before you even talk to them. So it's just like a nonsensical front, right? Or characters they're playing online, because they're just like, they love things just like we do, right? But they just have this social media presence, blah. Yeah. So I love that. You break through that when you're in person.
You could say a lot of things through a keyboard you wouldn't say to somebody's face.
Of course.
It's the keyboard warriors out there. Yeah. It's like, oh, just stop. It's got to be exciting. Like when you have the different displays, and like there's got to be people walking through who aren't collectors and see that stuff, and you've got to capture new people every year. Like you just with the new gen ring, like that's crazy. Can you imagine somebody walking through that doesn't collect and they see a ring that looks like a real ring? Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. People want to buy things that are on display that aren't out yet. Um, it's a moment of discovery. You have, like I said, a lot of casual people who don't pay full attention to what's going on in our little world here, and that's the moment to to open their eyes and to the realization of how wonderful it could be to be poor by being a collector like us.
Not a bad problem to have. But it's also awesome because you guys get to show a lot of talent, their first figures and stuff like that, and getting that reaction's got to be one of the best feelings in the world. And just seeing your own figure for the first time is got to be an awesome thing. It's all kind of like falls into that season, it's a Mania season hits like nobody else.
It's so rewarding. I said that's our moment. It's so rewarding, from the fan reactions to talent, and when we're not open, talent are just coming by and looking at stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, they at this point, they grew up as fans. They grew up playing with action figures, so now it's a whole new generation. It's not those like grizzled old veterans from the 70s and 80s who would like probably laugh at us.
toys. You guys are looking at toys.
Now they're grateful though, because every figure is another $20 to $60 for a signature. So it's
all of a sudden they're making the rounds, touring, doing signings.
Right, it's great.
The stigma of dolls has gone away. We've moved into collectible.
I just wondered why people called wrestling figures that. A lot of people had the stigma of being called wrestling dolls.
Everybody does it. It wasn't just action. It wasn't just wrestling. I had like mask toys and stuff growing up, and my dad always was like, those damn dolls.
When Hasbro created G.I. Joe, they obviously wanted, and this is, I think it's definitely on Toys That Made Us, but it's on a bunch of G.I. Joe documentaries. But when they created G.I. Joe, they wanted a separate name for it from dolls, and they coined it action figures. And they actually had a doll jar. Like if you say doll, you have to put money in the jar, because they were trying to train their people to call it action figures, right? So by the time the LJNs came around, not that much time had passed, right? So all those wrestlers who were getting figures for the first time, all they knew were dolls, right?
Yeah.
And they were huge and they looked like dolls. That didn't help also.
That's awesome.
I know a lot of questions people have been asking me is how popular the Coliseum collection is. Is there a chance you'll do this with Hasbro's or other lines?
Sure. There was a point Bill was really pushing to branch it out. But it would have come with the early demise of Coliseum Collection. So we can wait. We can wait. Those ideas are valid for forever. So yes, it's a packaging execution and deco execution in most cases, right? And then you do some heads if you need it. So it's totally out there. We can do it, but let's ride out Coliseum Collection as long as possible first.
Absolutely. I'm all in on that. You can make every LJN in a Coliseum collection, and I'm
I mean, I wish, right? So let's do as many as we possibly can. And then when the time comes, we can switch it up and do something different potentially.
I'm just hoping Mr. Fuji and Lou Albano
That's the 2-pack. And then the line ended.
Yeah.
I think Lou Albano would be popular.
Mike and Tom would be very happy.
If it was first time in the line, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Lou Albano, he's a legendary. Like it's funny because I hear people way younger than me that love Lou Albano, and it's like that's crazy because he was retired out of WWF. Yeah, like Mike, and there's other people way younger that know Lou Albano, and it's just like that's insane to me. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And then I think how lucky I am to be my age and to have watched wrestling from pre-WrestleMania 1 till now, and taken it all in as it happened. That's crazy.
It was very crazy.
Yeah, Lou was one of the first crossover stars, right? Like the Girls Just Want to Have Fun video and Super Mario Brothers, of course. Then he came back in the new gen era, right? And he wore the tracksuit with the
I loved it.
All about that.
Yeah. That's right. Now you're getting your chases out and all that
right,
stuff. All the memories are flowing.
2-in-1 Albano, right? You just include the tracksuit.
Yeah.
It's funny. Me and Mike were just talking before you came on. What an addition of the extra heads is like. I used the Kevin Owens from 101 as an example. Like 10 years ago, we would have been just getting a Kevin Owens with the Steve Austin head. Now you got the two figures in one. That's like ridiculous that you could do that now, or sometimes 3 heads. It's crazy.
I mean, it's great because it gives. I mean, not that we wouldn't do a lot of Kevin Owens, because we do and we will, but it gives it even more reason for being by being able to do something like that. You know, recreating that moment, and like that moment was like interspliced with, of course, him looking like normal Kevin Owens, right? So the best of everything. So it's cool, and the expressions, right? To me, like that's 2-in-1 figures are great, but I think, you know, getting multiple expressions is where it's at, right? Like then you can, like, you know, recreate moments and do your action figure photography and get tired of your display and just switch your heads out. Now Razor's pissed, he's not happy anymore, right?
We're never getting that Roman Reigns Ultimate Edition hair if it's not with the extra head, probably.
No, the Screaming Head scan.
Yeah, Screaming Head.
What you mean? Yeah.
I
mean, it's
with the small comment. There's a lot less chance we get that if we're not getting multiple heads in a package.
100%.
I will say ideas like that had been proposed before we got into the full swing of things with multiple heads, and they were denied. So yes, you're right. Now that this is a thing, that it's normal, we're able to do a lot more. Yeah, those things were just like, no, why are you doing this? No, don't do that. And then it was like, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, the community is very creative with these extra heads. I've seen somebody, I'm mad that I can't remember who posted it, but somebody did a Roman Reigns picture and they had the black bar in his mouth and it looked like he was being choked out. And I was like, this is so damn impressive, man. Like, and that's the fun of being able to utilize all the extra accessories that we're getting and stuff. And very unique. I like it.
Sometimes we call it like, oh man, like they're going to do this with this head, even though that's not the real intention.
Oh yeah.
And then it takes a while and you're like, nobody's like thought of it yet, you know? And then I think maybe it was like Alex West collects or something. Like he did something that I was just waiting for somebody to do. And I'm like, finally, this guy.
And Alex West was actually in the chat tonight. He was talking to us with you. So
hell yeah. That's cool.
Sorry if I missed
stuff, man.
Whatever the chat was.
No, it's just so much fun. I'm just loving everything we're getting. I bought the whole set of 101. The packaging on Elite 100 was just amazing.
Yeah,
it's just
absolutely amazing.
And
so are the figures.
Jonathan was such a good partner to work with on that packaging. And like, you know, I like working with partners when we have the opportunity who like get it, you know, like our stop motion animator Battle Stories, he gets it. Jonathan Bartlett gets it, and it's like they make my life easier, because if you work with someone who doesn't get it, it's like you're holding their hand every step of the way. But it's like those people, they know it inside and out, and it's just like minimal effort. You just tell them the idea, and then like your vision and their vision comes to life, and it's beautiful and better than you expected. So like he's top notch.
Yeah, I love the stop animation videos. I feel like those hype up the figures really well. Shows off articulation and what you could actually do with them, you know, and not just a playing manner or, you know, just pictures. It's really cool, man.
I was watching Jake and Rick Rude one today, and he does the short arm DDT. You see
it's beautiful.
Yeah. In there.
Yeah, that was one we produced in house, and that was me directing traffic a little bit more. But for a Battle Stories, for instance, like he gets the walk somebody has, or the way someone's arms move specifically, right? And he did like a little snippet of Kane coming to the ring, and he had like the sway going on. So it's like those little things. Like if you just hire a stop motion person who is fantastic, will they walk? Yes. Will it look great? Yes. Will it be Kane's exact walk? No, it won't be.
Yeah, you got to get it, man.
That's fun, dude, to do that. Like I can't even imagine how much work it takes.
Some people don't notice that, right? They don't notice, like, oh, this guy sways a little bit. Like, I'm going to capture that. It's just, you know, you either get it or you don't.
Yeah, no, I've been flooded by just happiness seeing all the cool Razor Ramon photos that have been coming out with the new Ultimate, man, and it just nails the whole look. Like I had to, you know, double take. Like, is that a picture? Like, yeah. Oh my god, that's so cool, man, and just beautiful. Like it's the likenesses are getting so much better and better as time goes on, and like that, I think it might be the most picturesque figure. That Razor Ramon is just beautiful looking. It's so awesome. It captures every little detail down to the T. I love it.
I'm pretty sure Gentle Giant did the Razor sculpts, And something that they do that's really cool is obviously, sadly, Scott's no longer with us, right? So you're not going to get scans of talent like him. But what they do is they get lots of photo reference, like turned around, and then they overlay that sculpt that they're working on top of the photo reference, and they show us, and it's like perfect. It's like absolutely perfect. So they're the best in the business, which is why we use them. And Adam over there is fantastic. Nothing beats a great Gentle Giant head sculpt.
And so Razor gets the first Ultimate Edition chase.
Yeah.
Will there be more Ultimate Edition chases in the future?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. They're not going to be plentiful like Elites, because a chase is basically another figure's worth of work for our design team, right? Each one. So they're already doing a lot between Elites and basics. But when warranted or when a good idea pops up, we'll try to do it. So there's already an idea I've tossed to Bill for another chase, hopefully in 2024, early 2024. So we'll see if it all comes together.
Nice. What I love as a collector and being growing up and watching back then, this Andre the Giant from Elite 100 has just been such a huge hit. You can't even find a chase.
That was one that kept getting kicked down the road. People saying like, do people want a suited Andre? And I'm like, yes, Andre. And then like work started and he got bumped out and he moved around. He was in Legends at a point. And then finally he landed in Elite 100, which I think actually worked out for the best. When it's all said and done. And the fact that we got out both, or two looks for the suit, one, in that baby blue and pink suit, which is not just rock and wrestling. It's accurate to content and Piper's Pit. And it might have been the segment where he was presented with that actual title that's with the figure.
Right.
He might have had that suit on. And then the other suit, of course, from the Hogan confrontation. So, that's his secondary look, right? It's I think in people's minds, it's the black singlet and then the suit and then all the other gears, the blue trunks and the yellow trunks and everything else, red. But I think that suit is his real like secondary look when people think of Andre.
I didn't know how badly I needed that Andre figure until you guys. Ask Mike will tell you. Like I was so excited to get a suited Andre.
No, we both were very, very excited. I just want to build a giant playset now and just have everybody in the talk show. Or the Piper's Pit, man. It would be awesome.
TNT.
Yeah, we got to get some TNT going. It would be so cool, man. You got to get you take the suited Vince, throw him behind the the desk. You get the Andre up there. I love it.
We need an Alfred with puffy shirt.
Yes. But those you get a suited figure like an Andre, and that's where the longevity is of it. Like people not only were looking for it, but I mean it fills a hole that you probably didn't even think you needed in your collection, and you're like, oh, this actually turned out to be one of my favorite figures made. So I love stuff like that.
And I think sometimes there's the stigma that suited figures don't sell. Some don't, right? But it's like if it's an awesome suited figure, like Vince, sold well. The Build-A-Figure, like Doc Hendricks behind me here, like that's an awesome Build-A-Figure. Mean Gene for WrestleMania Elites is an awesome Build-A-Figure. The Mean Gene Flashback Elite sold amazingly well a couple years ago. So it's who the superstar is or the character, and how you execute it more so than having to think like suited figures don't sell. I don't believe.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
Mean Gene is just such a beloved character.
Yeah.
I even when I bought his LJN, I was probably more happy for his LJN figure. And then it started all over again when I saw he was coming into flashbacks. That's like Mean Gene. I met Mean Gene at WrestleMania 20. He's standing in the lobby of the hotel where WrestleMania was, just talking with fans.
Oh, nice.
Sat there just talking with people. And unfortunately, at WrestleMania 20, we all didn't have iPhones in our pocket with cameras. But just the fact that I got to sit there and chat with him for a couple of minutes, and he just was loving it, the interaction with the fans.
So I went to 20, and I believe they put us up. I bought the travel package. I believe they put us up in the same hotel as the talent, which is a huge mistake. And the Hall of Fame that year was at the same hotel.
That's where I was. I stood there at that hotel that year.
Right. So after Hall of Fame, they were supposed it went long, right? Which I mean, we were blessed because most of that was because of Bobby Heenan. But it went long, and there was supposed to be a signing afterwards, and all the talent and Hall of Famers were exhausted. So me and my friend get out of there. We get in the elevator, and Gene is in there, and everyone is trying to talk to Gene in the elevator, and he just turns on the "I'm a confused old man," persona, and he's just like just like pointing at nothing and like not talking and I'm like, oh, this guy doesn't want to be bothered. That was my Mean Gene story. I mean, I met him a couple times at signings and he was great, but that was my my impromptu Mean Gene meeting story.
My wife had surprised me and bought tickets to the Hall of Fame that year.
Yeah,
and then the next morning I had a bagels and biceps breakfast that we went to, and that night, one of those nights is when I saw Mean Gene just hanging out in the lobby talking to fans. It was crazy. Hillbilly Jim was down there talking to people. I saw Superstar Billy Graham was over having breakfast all by himself, and nobody was bothering him. And it looked like he wanted to come over to him. And it's like,
I mean, when they want to, they'll be social, right? Like, don't bother them. And then I was at maybe a SmackDown in Atlantic City, and before the show, we just went to Planet Hollywood, down the boardwalk, and we're eating, and Umaga and Rico come in, and Umaga saw we were decked out in WWE paraphernalia. And sorry, Umaga, it's okay. I love you anyway, but he looked disgusted by us. Right? No, fans. I just want to eat. That's all. That's all it is. They just don't want to be bothered, right? And we're not going to do it, but he doesn't know that.
Right.
And Rico sees us, and he's just neutral. So I just give him like the nod, because he's looking at us, and then we just eat separately. An hour goes by, and then afterwards he comes over and he introduces himself, takes photos, offers to sign stuff, and that's all because we just left him alone, right?
Yeah. Respect.
Yeah, if you give them respect, they will open up to you and give you a million times more than harassing to have 20 Funko Pop signed in an airport.
100%. You never approach somebody. I mean, if you're on the same flight with them and you ask for a quick picture, but those guys sitting out in the airports with them to sign, that's terrible. Or
you can tell if they're in the mood,
100%.
But I mean, there's so many signings, you don't even need to do it, right?
There's no absolutely
reason, like, I've met everyone I've ever wanted to meet through legit paid or free signings.
Exactly. So. Exactly. I think it was a Britt Baker video that just popped up where somebody went up to her in the airport with a bunch of stuff to sign, and she's like, I'm doing a signing tonight here. Will I see you there? Then and there, which is a perfect thing to do.
Yep.
So
you probably had like 10 like airport stalkers on here, and now I've like lost them as fans of yours.
No, we tell people that's not cool. I saw somebody eating. I would never go up to somebody at a meal if they're with their family. Like, I just saw a thing in a major pod group. Somebody ran into Elias in New York City, and he was eating, and he just gave him the head nod, and then Elias went up to him later, like you said.
There you go.
Said, hey, would you like to take a picture?
Yeah,
because he respected him, and that's just the thing. You show the respect, and there's not a ton of people around. That's what you do. So it's just the respect thing. You show people respect that you would want to get back in return. If I'm out with my wife eating, I wouldn't want to be bothered. Like it's not a fair thing. Like, yes, you're in the spotlight, but have respect for these people that entertain you.
Yeah, people bother you all the time when you're out to dinner, Tom.
It only happened at AEW in West Virginia. Somebody me from on here.
It's good.
That's
fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you Tom? Turnbuckle Tavern?
Nothing too more cringy than pulling up to a hotel though and seeing like 30 people out there with suitcases filled with merch, and it's just like there's a time and a place, man. Come on.
I'll flip flop just a little. There is a frenzy you feel. You know what I mean? Like you see that, and like there's a FOMO, and like wrestlers do come over to sign, and you don't want to miss out on that. So I get it, but self-control yields very positive rewards.
Yes, 100%. And that's just a lesson, guys. Just show them respect, and look what happens in return.
We always try to teach here on FigNight. That's a good lesson to have.
So, okay, something I wanted to bring up. I don't know if you guys are going to bring it up or not, but you were talking about the forums and the ultimates, and there was a thread about the drop-down hips. Did you guys see that?
I did not, but I did see the Warrior has the drop down hips, and I was very excited that that's the first one that has it that's out to the public, right?
Warrior and Brock and Razor and AJ have it. So there's a thread that is like, is it worth it, right? And almost everyone in the thread, except maybe Alex West and like 2 or 3 others, they don't have the figures yet, right? So a lot of people are not thinking it's worth it, and it's primarily for action figure photography and people who like to pose out their figures, right?
Yeah.
So it serves you no purpose if you want to just put it on your shelf, and then it doesn't matter, you just don't use them, right? But as I think as people learn and play with these a little bit more, learn to use them and manipulate them, they're going to get a lot more value and playability out of them. So I see, so it's disjointing a little bit. So this is the leg up, right? Not just disjointed. So if he had normal hips, that's as far as it goes. So now if we disjoint it, goes up a little more to here, right? It doesn't look like much more, but it's more. Then you disjoint the other one and pull that down, and now you have him being able to big boot Andre the Giant, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you have to do. It's not just simply the one leg. Oh, that's all it is. It's not enough. Both legs disjoint, and then you get that going on, and you get perfect, sweet chin music, going backwards that way.
Wow.
And you could pull both legs out, and you don't even need to do it on the opponent, but like Bret Hart, for instance, and this is something I posted on Instagram, you just disjoint both of Bret's legs and he can put figures in perfect sharpshooters. But now if you put the opponent, if you disjoint those hips as well, then it's even better. So all these things are accomplishable now. And I think over time, the squared circle photography and SLS animations of the world, they'll show all those possibilities with their photography.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I remember I texted Tom when I found out because I was just screwing around with my Warrior, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's got the displaced, like the hips pop out." And he was like, "No," and I took a picture, sent it, and it's an awesome feature, and I could only see the endless possibilities for utilizing that, especially for figure photography. But also, I mean, if you're a kid and you're playing and your Hogan doesn't give a proper big boot, it's a little disheartening, right? So it's going to be cool for the whole fan base. I think it's very intuitive. I like the initiative, like the step towards getting a little bit more out of your figure, right?
Yeah, I mean, I initially, when he said big boot like that, first thing went to my mind is Hogan.
Yeah, of course. And the leg drop, right?
Yeah.
It's going to help guys like Earthquake do the Earthquake move even better. And here's a secret I'm going to reveal to you guys first. These are the Mr. Perfect Build-A-Figure legs, the new Build-A-Figure legs. They actually have it.
Woo!
So this isn't going to be normal for elites, but this one does have those legs.
Wow,
that's awesome. That's cool.
So your suited guys can do big boots and super kicks
as well as they should be able to.
During the news section, was it those new pictures that came out? That scan is dead on. Also, like it's amazing. I can't wait to get that. Your Build-A-Figures are amazing. Like the last year, the Rick Rude, we got the Doc Hendricks, we got the Mean Gene, we got Jimmy Hart. They're like, it makes it fun when you put them together. I got the Danny Davis, the Vince McMahon. Like this, so that's a great friggin' figure. I love that.
Vince's torso is this Mean Gene? This is Mean Gene's torso.
So I love the Build-A-Figures. It makes those sets even more fun because again, you're getting Doc Hendricks. Are we getting Doc Hendricks anywhere else? No, but because that's a great figure to have. So and it goes perfectly with the new Gen Arena.
Well, another secret I'll tell you is Doc was almost with the new Gen Arena. But someone protested. Just waited for my moment and got him into the Build-A-Figure set and said, "That's all you got to do. You get told no, you just wait, and your opportunity comes up again." So
Doc snipe out your opportunity.
A month later, we got him out.
So would have Doc's been an Ultimate then, in theory?
I think that was part of the debate. If you include this, it should be Ultimate, and it's just like, well, we already are sinking in a lot of tooling here, right? And then the price is all set. Like, what are we going to do? So that was all part of the discussion, and one of the reasons why he didn't make the cut.
Yeah, plus Doc's is ultimate on his own. He doesn't need the ultimate
Exactly,
treatment, right?
I love it. I love the fact that these Builder figures are just continuing. I think it gives us opportunity to get people we might not get, and it's just a hell of a lot of fun to put them together and do it. Like the one I regret, I gave J.J. Dillon to Sam Roberts.
Oh no!
Why did I do that?
Sam can afford his own.
Why did I do that? I know. I was like, at that point, I was like not as a completist, and I love that flashback set that he came with. Like that, I think that was with the suited flare, right?
Yeah.
That suited flare is one of my favorite figures ever, too.
One of the best out there, man.
Great figure for a basic.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
I wasn't a J.J. Dillon fan. I'm like, all right, Sam, you can have it. I'm like, nah, and I'm like, oh. Now I look back and think I shouldn't have done that. So.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to get to JJ again, but I don't know. I just felt like it was nice to complete the Horseman, officially.
Absolutely.
Out there. And, as we move into, the future of the line and we expand Attitude Era, Monday Night Wars, Nitro, like he was a figure on Nitro, right? He was an authority. I'm making you feel bad now that you got rid of him. But like, JJ was more important than, just the Horseman. So I was really happy we got him out, and I was really it was really fun to see when people were at Access that year taking photos from far away, and they're like, "It suited Mae Young."
That's fantastic.
It suited Mae Young. Wow. Oh man, Steve, thank you so much for coming on and giving us your time again.
Absolutely, man.
I always have a blast with you. We go so many different directions when you're on here.
Always a pleasure, guys. I always want to jump on the opportunity to chat with you guys about stuff because our topics will be all over the place. And I'll do a cheap plug one more time.
Yes.
Coliseum Collection, Wave 2, Jake and Rick Rude coming tomorrow to MattelCreations.com, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. And then we will announce the next set during WrestleMania week.
Woo!
Nice. I can't wait.
Excitement.
I can't wait.
I got goosebumps.
I can't wait for tomorrow. I can't wait to see what's in store. Hopefully we learned something maybe about the next crowdfunded thing. Who knows what that WrestleMania week is going to be? I guarantee we're not going to be disappointed. We haven't, like, it feels like every year you make it bigger and better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The crowdfund is coming along well, by the way. It's I've said it on the forums, but it's going to be expensive. So it's soon. Put your money away if you haven't already. Get your payment plans ready. So it is going to be pricey. So don't have too much sticker shock when you see it, but it's awesome.
So I'm absolutely just seething at the thought of what it's going to be. I'm so pumped. I can't wait.
Much like the new gen set, we wanted to cram it with value too, right? So we want to make it look worthwhile, especially if you unlock everything, right? You're like, oh my gosh, like this is really worth the money. So, I get asked that a lot, so I want to address it. It's going to be really, really soon. Can't wait to debut it.
I can't wait.
Awesome. I'm super excited.
Go get your Affirm ready and see.
Yeah, clear out your debts. Calling your favors to the mob, get everything ready.
Basements.
Sell off your trinkets that you bought during the pandemic and start saving up for it because it's going to be good.
Sell off those other brands, right?
Yeah,
to make more room for WWE.
Oh man,
that's what I'm excited about.
So much. Have a fun month getting ready for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Guys, just if you want to get everything in one place, we'll be recapping it all here after WrestleMania week. So tune in to FigNight, guys. Thank you all of our new people tuning in tonight. Go to theturnbuckletavern.com and follow us everywhere, please. Until then, Steve, plug yourself. Tell the people where they can find you.
Action Figure Attack on Instagram, Action Fig Attack on Twitter, and maybe TikTok. That same one, I don't remember the handle. Some variation of Action Figure Attack. And you can see me live and in person WrestleMania week in the LA area at some sort of Access type event, turn out to be, but come on out and see us and Bill and Rob and hopefully you guys as well. I'll pester you on Instagram to join us.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna look into it. Now you got me.
Don't
All
gotta
right,
tell me twice.
until next week, guys. Big guys out.